Normally I kind of give us a focus on what I wanted us to work on this week, but I don't have that this week. I just want to move and let things kind of happen freely. Again, I always keep this very beginner friendly. You know, just some light movement, get the body moving and grooving, stretch some things out, but also bring a little power in, but nothing too intense. So if you're ever intimidated by practicing yoga, please don't feel like every type of practice that you do is going to be extremely hard. It depends on how you approach it. If you want the practice to be intense, you can make it intense. If you want it to be chill, you can make it chill. It's all dependent on your breath and how far you want to push your body. But I do say all the time, listen to your body, because you're the only person that really knows what you're capable of and your limitations. So if there's something that doesn't feel good, scrap it. If there's something that feels really good and you want to try to go a little deeper, go for it. But listen from within and don't do the things that cause you any type of pain. Yoga is all about healing and not harming. All right, I feel like I need to scoot this back some. Hold on 1 second. There's that way. I think that's right. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right. Yeah, that's a little better than nothing. Cool. Got about another minute before getting started. Also, for those joining in on Instagram, let's see. Actually, yeah, I'll type that in because I don't know if anybody else can see that. And your questions, and I will answer after class. And get to it. So yes, proceeds are still going to I Look Like Love. All right, it is officially 12:05, so let's go ahead and get started. And let's start today near the back of our mat on all fours. Take your hands wide, knees as wide as the mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. Melt your hips back to your heels. Stretch your arms overhead and melt your chest down towards the ground, forehead down to the ground. If you prefer to be a little elevated, bring in a block or two. Underneath the hips for support. Underneath the chest for support. Or under the forehead for even more support. But allow your shoulders space to relax and release. If you have everything melted down as far as you'd like to go and want to get a little bit more stretch into your shoulders, bring the block underneath your hands and let your forehead rest to the ground. Allow your shoulder blades to open up across your back. Extend your breath into your inner thighs. Inhale through your nose. Open your lips, exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through your nose, seal your lips. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the lips, exhale. Inhale through your nose, seal your lips shut. Exhale, keep the lips closed and breathe through the nostrils. Same deep, long breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Work to soften your jaw. Relax your face. Scan the body for any other places holding on to any tension. And let them know it's okay to release. Give them permission. Remember that throughout the rest of practice today. If you feel like the body is trying to resist certain postures or certain body placements, have a conversation with that space. Let it know it's okay to surrender to the posture, to this action. A little bit of attention and acknowledgement goes a long way. If you have any props, go ahead and move them out to the side. Reach the arms forward, bring the forehead down. And start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Place your left hand on top of your right and melt your hips back down towards the heels, especially the left hip. Pull the right or left shoulder up and away from your left hip. Pull it towards the right corner of your mat. Inhale fully into the left side of your body. Exhale, melt your chest down towards the right. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let all the air out. Inhale, walk your hands to the center and over to the left side of the mat. Place your right hand on top of the left hand and melt yourself down into child's pose, leaning towards the left side. Melt your right hip down towards the heels. And pull your right shoulder up and away from the right hip towards the left corner of the mat. Inhale into your right side ribs. Expand the side body. Exhale, melt down a little deeper. Take another deep breath in, relax your jaw and your neck. Exhale. Inhale, walk the hands back to the middle. And see if you feel the comfort in the body to come a little deeper into your child's pose. Inhale, bring the hands underneath your shoulders, press your chest up, squeeze your knees together, thighs together, ankles together, and melt the hips back towards the heels. Again, if you prefer to have something under the hips, separate your feet and bring the block between your ankles and prop up on top. Then roll the spine down, bring the belly and the thighs to connect. Crown of the head reaches down towards the ground. Rest your arms to the sides of your body, palms face up. And allow your shoulder blades to open up across your back. Spread them wide. Inhale through your nose. If your hips are elevated and you prefer to have another block underneath your forehead, you can bring another block in for the extra support. on your breath and send your breath into your inner thighs. No, you're no longer stretching anymore. It is okay to relax. Relax your jaw. Keep the clench from happening, but if you need the reminder, send the reminder to yourself. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press into the hands, lift the chest. Move any blocks out of the way. And then come back into a tabletop position. Spread the hands wide, stack the shoulders on top of the wrists, hips stacked on top of the knees as wide as your hips. As far as your toes are concerned, if it helps to alleviate pressure on your knees, you can tuck your toes. You can also fold your mat in half and double up to cushion. If you'd like to stretch through your ankles and through the top of your feet, untuck the toes and lay the tops of the feet down onto the mat. Spread all 10 of your fingertips super wide, press them into the mat. And press your knuckles into the mat and pinch your index finger and your thumb towards each other to lift up towards the earth. Good grief. Lift the center of your palm away from the mat. Seal the sides of the hand down and alleviate some pressure out of your wrist. Activate your whole hand. Straighten out the arms, separate your shoulder blades from each other, press firmly into the hands like you're wanting to press the ground down and away from the body. Pull your navel in towards your spine and squeeze your abdominal muscles. Point your sit bones straight back towards the back wall. So sometimes when we get into our tabletop position, we'll let our lower back sink down. But keep it strong and lifted. Imagine that someone's got their hand placed right on the small of your back, and you're wanting to press your hand up again, or press your back up against that hand. Stay firm in the belly. Send your gaze towards the top of your mat. Continue the deep, powerful breath. Inhale, press into the hands a little more. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the knees 2 inches off the mat. Hover in a turtle dog for 3. Keep your breath steady. 2, 1, lower your knees down, untuck your toes, shift your hips back towards your heels, stretch the arms overhead for a brief child's pose. Inhale, roll back up to tabletop. Exhale, firm your belly, press into your hands. Inhale, let go of the belly firmness, pull the tailbone up towards the ceiling, belly button down towards the ground, squeeze your shoulder blades together and look up for cow pose. Exhale, press into your hands, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, look towards your navel, round your spine for cat pose. Inhale, back into cow pose. Belly button pulls down low, sit bones pull up high. Make it super exaggerated. Exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. One more, inhale to cow pose. Exhale, round into cat pose. Inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale, tuck your toes if they aren't already tucked. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the knees 2 inches off the ground, hover in turtle dog for 3, 2, 1, lower the knees down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. One more, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Make it super exaggerated. Pull the spine all the way. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Exhale, start to walk your hands towards the top of your mat. If you're already at the top, you might come off, and that's fine, but pull your chest down towards the mat. Forehead meets the ground. If you would like to use support, you can bring a block underneath your chest or under your forehead. The secret to this posture, known as puppy pose, is to keep the hips stacked over the knees so that the opening happens through your upper back and shoulders. Send your breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Just feel your chest pull down towards the block or towards the mat. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press back up into tabletop. Move your blocks out of the way. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, press into the hands, firm up your belly, push the body away from the ground. Inhale, lift your knees, straighten out the legs, send the hips sky high for downward facing dog. Make that upside down V shape. Make sure the hands are spread as wide as your shoulders or as wide as your mat if your shoulders are needing a little extra space. And the same goes for your feet. Have your feet hip width apart or a little wider to give a little love and attention to your lower back. This is our first down dog of the day, so take some time to pedal out your feet. Bend one knee after the other and pull the opposite heel down to stretch through the calves, the back of the knees, and into your hamstrings. Play around with your down dog if you like. Come up high on both toes. Bend the knees. Hold the belly towards the thighs. If down dog is not your jam today, you can stay in tabletop and just stay firm in the belly. Send your leg back. Hold the knee in, whichever feels best. If you're in downward facing dog, come into a very still down dog. Spread the hands wide, press into all 10 fingertips. Take the pressure off of your wrists. Inhale, look to your hands, stack your shoulders on top of your wrists and lower your hips down to line them up with the whole body into a high plank. Inhale, press into the hands, separate the shoulder blades and lift the body up away from the ground. Exhale, lower the knees down. Bend the elbows, squeeze them in tight towards the ribs and lower your chest all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, with very little weight in your hands, peel your chest off of the ground. Press the tops of your feet into the mat for cobra pose. Keep the elbows in tight. Exhale, lower the chin back down to the mat. Inhale, press into the hands, straighten out the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. The hips stay down for cobra. Or press into the tops of the feet, press into the hands, and lift the thighs off of the mat for upward facing dog. One more. Inhale, look towards the ceiling. Pull your chest forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, press into the hands, and lift the hips all the way up for downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. Let your head relax and your shoulders relax. Exhale, melt your heels down towards the ground. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, belly to thighs. Inhale, walk your feet forward. Have your feet about hip width. Hands come to your shins, lift up halfway, extend your spine and look forward. Exhale, reach down towards the ground, bend your knees as much as you like. Crown of the head reaches down for a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lift up halfway, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, reach down. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, look forward, extend your spine. Sit bones reach towards the back of the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into a high plank. Inhale, hold the plank, press to the hands. Exhale, press into into the hands and shift your hips up towards the ceiling for downward facing dog. Inhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, melt your heels down towards the ground. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your hands to your shins, lift up halfway, look forward. Exhale, reach down, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, roll all the way up to stand tall, sweep the arms up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale through your nose, stand up tall, press into the balls of your feet, bring a little bit more weight into your heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your chin. Be proud. Full breath in. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back towards the back of the mat. Keep your spine long and shift your knees back to stack over your ankles a little more. For chair pose. So you can keep your hands at heart center. You can also keep your feet at hip distance. If you prefer to have the feet together, squeeze the knees, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the ankles together, and sit back a little deeper. And take notice of what's going on in your hips. Prefer to have your hands to your hips to get an idea of what's going on. Bring your hands there and start playing with rolling your sit bones down towards the mat, pulling the top of your hips up towards the bottom of your ribs and squeezing from the belly. One more full breath in. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, press to the feet, stand tall, reach both arms up, look to the thumbs. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reach down, forward fold, bend your knees as much as you like. Inhale, hands to your shins, lift up halfway, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, press into the hands, activate your fingertips. Exhale, melt your heels down towards the mat. Inhale, sweep your right foot up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. I almost said sky and ceiling at the same time. How weird was that? Then point your toes down towards the mat. Balance out your hips. So if you feel your right hip is dragging up a little higher than your left, pull it down so that they match. Meaning your leg might not go up as high. That's fine. We'll still reset. Pull the heel up a little higher. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the navel and plant the foot between your thumbs. Inhale, pull your chest forward into your low lunge. Stay here or lower the knee down. That's your left knee, by the way. Untuck the back toes if you like. If you're keeping the knee lifted to build the heat, stay there. Press your left hand into the mat. Inhale, take your right hand to your right knee and open up your chest towards the right. Pull your right thigh in towards your belly. If you'd like to reach your right hand up, send it up towards the ceiling and look towards your right thumb, or keep your gaze down to the mat or neutral out to the right side. Full breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Start to heel toe your foot over to the left side of the mat. Lay your right knee down. So your shins should be about parallel to the top of your mat, or you can pull your foot in closer to your hips. Lower the hips down, stretch the back leg out towards the back. Inhale to lengthen the spine, find length. Duh, said that twice. And then bring the elbows down. If you have a little space between the ground and your hips, you are welcome to bring a block in underneath your right hip so you can see, if you can see. There we go. Set up, make sure the hips are balanced, and then come down to your elbows. You can use a second block underneath the forehead or the chest, or bring the forehead all the way to the mat and stretch the arms overhead. Send your breath into your right hip. Relax your left quad. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press into the hands, lift the chest, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the mat. Press into the hands and step the right foot back to meet the left and pedal out your feet. Or lift the right leg back up into three-legged dog, bend the knee, open up the hip and stack the right hip on top of the left. And draw big circles with your knee. Make sure to go clockwise and counterclockwise. Then bring the right foot back down into downward facing dog. Press into the hands, relax the neck, let the head be heavy. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, sweep your left leg up. Toes point down, balance out your hips. Inhale, extend the heel up a little higher. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose and plant the foot between your hands. Shimmy it up there, give the assist. Inhale, pull your chest up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, let the hips lower down. If you would like to lower your right knee down, now is the perfect time. Plant your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Bring your left hand to your left knee. Inhale to twist. Pull the belly or the thigh in towards the belly. Keep the hand supported at the knee or reach the left hand up towards the ceiling for the full twist. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more full breath in. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the mat. Start to shimmy your left foot over to the right side of the mat. Lay the left knee down, lay the right knee down, and stretch the right leg all the way back, or half pigeon. Find your balance in the hips, adjust and support your hips however you need. If you need the block underneath the hip, slide it underneath. But find length through your spine. Inhale, relax your shoulders. Exhale, come down to your levels, your elbows to the block, or forehead all the way to the mat and arms stretched overhead. Soften your jaw. Relax your belly. Thoughts that might be sneaking in that have nothing to do with your breath or this posture. And even if it is something distracting about this posture, replace it with something positive. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press the chest back up, Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee off the ground, press into the hands, step the left foot back to meet the right for downward facing dog, and take whatever movements you like to bring blood flow back into your left leg and your left hip. Pedal out the feet for a down dog, or lift the left leg up, stack one hip over the other, bend the knee, start to draw big circles with the knee. Roll the other direction, clockwise and counterclockwise. And bring the left foot down to the mat for downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, walk your feet forward. Hands come to the shins, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet, roll to stand, sweep both arms up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, bring your weight into your left foot. Right knee bends just a touch, have the toes still supported to the ground. Inhale, continue to lift the right knee up at hip level, flex the foot, and stay here. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more. Inhale, lift the knee up a little higher, about an inch or two. Exhale. Stay firm, press into the foot that's grounded to the mat. Inhale, lift the knee just a little bit higher. I know you got it. Exhale, bring the right foot down. Push the hips forward, bring your hands to your lower back, squeeze the elbows together, lift the chest. Exhale, come back into a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand tall, roll all the way up, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, bring your hands back to your hips. Exhale, bring your weight into your right foot, left knee bends, and stay light on the toes. Find your balance. Inhale, draw the left knee up at hip level, flex the foot. Hold here, exhale everything out. Inhale, lift the knee 1 to 2 inches a little higher. Exhale to hold. Inhale, lift up a little higher now again. Exhale, bring the foot all the way down, shake it out. Bring the feet together. Bring the hands to your lower back. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Push the hips forward. Lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Look up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and come down to tabletop. Sweep your feet over to the right. Let your hips melt down to the ground. Stretch your legs out in front. Bring your soles of the feet together. And let your knees go wide. You can catch onto your ankles or the outsides of your feet. Sit bones root into the mat. Shoulders stack over the hips. Chest draws forward. Full breath in. Exhale, pull your chest down towards your feet. Let your sit bones roll towards the back of the mat. And then once you've reached the point where you're like, I think this is as far as my foot would like to go, roll down and let your forehead reach down towards the feet. You can take your elbows to the insides of your thighs and press down to open up the space a little more. Or take your elbows outside of your shins, catch onto your feet, and pull down a little deeper. Either way, relax your shoulders away from your ears, promote a space of calm between your neck and your shoulders. Inhale slowly brings you all the way up. Then exhale, take your left foot over towards your right boot and draw the knee up towards the top of the mat. Then cross your right knee on top of your left and take the foot over towards your left hip. Now, your knees might be like, girl, what are you talking about? I don't like this. That's when a block becomes your best friend. Place a block underneath the hips. Elevate the hips and then do the same thing. Bring your left foot to the outside of the right side of the block. Cross your right knee over the left and take your foot to the outside there. If this feels like that's as far as you want to go, by all means, stay right here. Bring hands to heart center and chill. If you'd like to go a little further, inhale the arms out into a T. Exhale, cross the right arm underneath the left and then take the back of the palms to face each other. If you'd like to take the twist a little further, intertwine or interlace. Wind up your forearms and bring your palms to face each other. Inhale, lift your elbows up to line up with your shoulders. And exhale, forward fold and bring the elbows to the knee or just outside the knee and down further towards the ground. This is cow face pose with eagle arms. If you prefer to give yourself a hug and just wrap the left arm on top of the right, catch on to opposite shoulders, and stay right there. And do the same thing. Stay lifted or come into the forward fold. Let your hips relax. Let your shoulders relax. Inhale draws you all the way up. Exhale, release, shake it out. Lean back, bring your weight into your hands, stretch out the legs wide, wiggle the feet back and forth. Looks a little weird, that's okay. But coming into the other side, take the right foot to the outside of the left hip or the left side of the block. Cross the left leg on top of the right, stack your knees and bring the foot over to the right side of the hip. Keep hands at heart center, stay here and take your forward fold, or with left arm underneath your right, hug yourself, or take the forearms up to each other, or interlace completely and go palm to palm. Lift the elbows up away from the chest and line them up with the shoulder, and then forward fold. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Relax your face. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. Inhale, slowly bring yourself up. If you took the forward fold, release your arms, bring the hands behind the back, uncross the legs, shake them out. Good, wait. If you're sitting on a block, go ahead and move the block out of the way. Then plant your feet to the mat with your feet about hip width apart, knees bent, and magnetize the thighs towards each other. Cup your hands right underneath your knees, catch onto the back of your thighs. Rock back onto your sit bones to find balance and let your feet float off the ground. You can draw your knees together if you like, or keep the knees apart. Take a full breath in, lengthen the spine, pull the chest forward. Exhale, stretch the legs out long, reach the hands down towards the feet, lower the chest down until your shoulders hover over the ground. One more full breath in, hollow out the body. Exhale all the way down to the ground. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Take a moment to decide how you would like to spend your time in your meditation today. If you would prefer to lay down, stay right where you are, or move into a more comfortable posture for you, whether it's still laying down with a variation in the legs, bring feet together and knees wide, or knees together, feet wide, and press your lower back into the mat. You can also take legs up the wall and lay all the way back with your feet elevated. You could also sit against the wall to support your back and rest your hands to your knees or right into your lap. Choose what feels best for you. Close your eyes. Lengthen your breath. Long inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Have a conversation with your body. Let it know it is okay to relax, especially if you are laying down. Release and let go of everything. Trust that the ground has your support. And surrender. You've chosen to take a seated position. Trust that the ground and the wall, if you've chosen to lean against the wall, have your support. You can relax your shoulders and soften your face. If you are sitting up without any support to the wall, keep the belly firm enough and the back firm enough to keep you sitting upright with a long spine. But stay relaxed enough that you're not gripping in all these unnecessary places. We're just staying upright. Soften your shoulders. Soften your neck. Relax your jaw. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Take this time to let your mind roam free. Not worrying about anything that has to happen later or what has happened in the past. Staying in the here and now. So as things enter and exit your mind space, that is for you to decide if that is something that is welcome in the space or needs to wait until you are ready to tackle it again. Point through your meditation, feel yourself start to lift away. Prefer to stay grounded. Bring your senses back into the game. Feel the ground below. Hear the sounds around you. Catch any fragrances that you can smell in the air. Visualize the space that you occupy. If you're okay with letting your body rest here, your spirit roam. Continue. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Lengthen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Start to bring your senses back in. Feel the ground below. Smell the air around you. Hear all of the sounds around you. And visualize your room, your mat, yourself laying in this space or seated. If you are laying down, start to bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. Wiggle the toes, wiggle your fingers. If you're seated, take any stretches that you would like to bring the body back. Move slow and with grace. If you're laying down, reach the arms overhead. Bring the ankles together. Stretch from fingertips to toes. And draw your knees in. Give yourself a big hug. And gently rock your way back up into a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed and rest your hands on top of your knees, palms open to the space around you. Feel the energy move through or across your hands. Take a few breaths to show yourself some love and gratitude for taking time out of your day to practice and connect with yourself. To close out this practice today, we'll take one breath to bring us all together. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring hands to heart center, tuck your chin, gently bow to give honor to each other. That was nice. Again, thank you all so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your time and your participation. We'll be back again next Monday, or yeah, I believe we will be. It'll be a different location, so might have some guests to join in, maybe. But yeah, noon on Monday, same great time, same great place, Zoom or Instagram. But again, thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week.